With the new strategy wizard, it has become very easy to create different kinds of strategies. In this video, I will show you how to create a momentum or trend following strategy with the strategy wizard. To open the strategy wizard, just click on this little button with the plus sign and you will be presented with the strategy wizard. Let's first set a name for the strategy. I will call it Euro US dollar momentum. And I will set the order size to 100,000. The strategy type should be momentum. This will create a strategy based on different kinds of momentum indicators. When training the strategy, Algominr will actually choose which of these momentum indicators should have any influence on the trading behavior. I'm fine with the trade execution type to be market buy and sell, and the trade instrument is going to be Euro US dollar. I click on next, and here I can choose the prediction method. I will actually stick to the logistic regression, and I will change the trend length to 120 minutes or bars. When I'm good, I just click done, and this will create a new strategy that I can find in the development tab. I click on it, and I will limit my trading hours from 9 AM to 5 PM or 1700. And I can now take a look at the strategy logic that has been created for me. So first of all, we have the market long short node. This creates the trading signal that will be sent to MetaTrader 4 or whatever other connection you have. This trading signal node actually gets an input from a predictor node. And here we have this logistic regression. This logistic regression tries to predict the trend of this bar price node that is given by the Euro US dollar closing price. It tries to predict this price based on the data input, which are a bunch of momentum indicators. We can actually take a look at these indicators if you click on this button on the right here. You can see there are different kinds of momentum indicators with the associated time periods. And if I now try to train and test this strategy, it will fit the logistic regression and will figure out the parameters of the logistic regression in such a way that it will be able to predict the trend. I can click on train and test here, and this will fit the logistic regression to the time period of data that I have, which is from the beginning of last November to now. It is now backtesting in sample and will follow by an out of sample backtest. Alright, this is done, and I can now check the performance of this strategy in the simulation tab. As you can see, in the training window, the strategy performs very well. This just means that I have set up everything in a fine way. In the testing window over here, however, the strategy creates a negative return. You will see this very often. As the methods that are used by Algominr are very powerful, it is easy to fit the strategy to the data. However, you want to see a good performance in the testing window, as this simulates real-world behavior. As you can see, here in the training window, we have an annualized Sharpe ratio of over 2, which is a good sign. But in the testing window, we have a negative Sharpe ratio. This is really bad. So what do you do in that case? We can try to optimize the strategy automatically by clicking on the Optimize button. So I will do this now. For now, I will stick to 10 iterations with 1 mutation per iteration. This will try to optimize the parameters of the strategy so that it performs better. Now, it is not guaranteed that the result of this optimization is actually really much better in the testing window, but it tries to figure out a strategy or a parameter setting that works better in the training window and has some robustness, which should translate in better performance in the testing window. So when I hit this optimization button, it will actually take a while for the strategy to be optimized, as it will now create 10 different backtests that it will run with different parameters and will select the best combination of parameters in the strategy. As you can see, it initializes the optimization, and this will now take a while. That's why I'm going to cut the video here, and I will show you the simulation results afterwards. Alright, so once optimization is done, you can take a look at your Logic tab and see what's different. There are a couple things that got optimized. For example, it will now try to predict the high of a bar instead of the closing price. There's also some changes to the indicators, such as the different period settings for them. As you can see here, actually the ADX got a time period of 357 minutes, which is quite long. However, you usually want to do what other people are not doing, so maybe the algorithm picked up on something here. When we go to simulation, we can see now the results of the optimized strategy. As you can see, in the training window, the annualized Sharpe ratio is 3.35, and in the testing window it is 3.85, which is quite good for a start. Also, the annualized return in the testing window is 24.2. This looks like a strategy that is not too bad. Maybe you want to consider trading it on a paper trading account. If you want to do that and your Algominr is set up to MetaTrader 4, you can just hit this deploy button. It will ask you if you would like to run the strategy, and you can hit yes, and this will move the strategy into live mode, as you can see over here. Now at the moment, live trading reports are very limited, and basically all you get is the profit down here. However, you can always look at your MetaTrader history to figure out how well your strategy performed. If you want to stop the strategy, just hit the stop button and you're good. The next time I will show you how to create a mean reversion or scalping strategy.